One Piece. Oh God.
Listen, you know it's
Yo,
getting endgame when Oda just dropping fire casually like this. Like, Jesus, I can't.
Bro. I was like, bro, we call, because here's the thing, right? When the first act ended for Wano, I was like, okay, we might see some Reverie shit, but it went right back to Wano, so I was like, oh,
No,
okay.
there was one of the acts that it ended, because remember that's when we saw like Gecko Moria like come up on Blackbeard's Island and shit.
I don't, was that during Wano? I don't think
That
so.
was during Wano, yes. That was it between acts. So you're just actually wrong,
What?
Unfortunately.
Was it? I have to look back and see.
I would literally bet everything I own on that fact that was during Wano. I'm that sure.
Everyone in the comments let us know, because I don't remember. And when Red gets confident and cocky, usually he's wrong. So
it was literally like Keking was just talking about that in his last video. He was like, "Oh, we're probably gonna get Reverie because you know it happened. Oda cut away during the last act change. So it literally it's a common fact.
So you're not confident. You're not confident. You just got confirmation from another YouTuber. So it's cheating.
No, I'm confident because I literally was just watching a video where they were talking about that.
So you're a bitch. Look at this man.
Watch how that is still confidence, bro. If I just came out of a lecture with fucking Bill Nye the Sky and Sky and it was like an 8-hour lecture on like molecules, I'd be like, I'm pretty goddamn confident on molecules right now, bitch.
Oh, look at this reach over here. Look at this man.
No, it's called a metaphor. The public education in California is not too good, apparently.
It isn't. It's awful.
How you doing without your plastic straws down there, buddy?
Plastic draws? I live in
straws,
Nevada, so,
bitch.
Yeah, I live in Nevada. That doesn't apply to me. I left that shitty ass state a long time ago.
Oh man. Anyway, let's talk about One Piece. We're gonna be hopping around. There's no order or fucking it's just all chaos. Okay. So first things first. Imagine for a second you live in the One Piece world and your dream is to become a Marine, and you work up and you get there and you're like, finally my first day as a Marine, and it just so happens to coincide with the abolishing of the Warlord system, and your first mission as a Marine is to go and capture Hawkeye Mihawk.
That is fucking hilarious, bro.
Press F to pay respects for the poor souls that are on those ships chasing Mihawk. They best have a goddamn admiral. I'm sorry. Like, that is... I can't get over. I'm like old school like DBZ fanboying right now. Like when a fucking like scrub. You know when that shitty like clown android tried to fuck with Vegeta?
Yeah, Android 19.
Yeah. It's like, tell me. Like, I'm sorry. I see Hawkeye and I'm just like, Jesus. Because remember, you want to talk about calling shit. That was a joke we made back when they were talking about abolishing the Warlord system. One of the jokes we made was that would mean that they would have to go and arrest Mihawk. Is anyone up for that? And I guess they are. And that kind of blows my mind. Like, I seriously thought they would just leave Mihawk alone. Like, yeah, technically he's illegal, but what the fuck are we going to do? No, they straight up sent, like, scrub fodder ships to Mihawk. Why?
It's so funny too, because they did it with all the fucking like.
Well, some I get it. Like, you can totally capture Boa Hancock. She's not like she's not an amazing fighter. If you can send some people that can like hold down their lust, you got it, right? But like,
I disagree.
No, Boa's not that top tier. You think she's top tier?
I not top tier, but you're literally trying to take over an entire island. It's literally the same as trying to fight a lesser Whole Cake Island.
Well, hold on, she's in charge of that island. She didn't like take it over. What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
You said something about taking over an entire island.
No. What are you talking about?
What did you say?
Anyway, she's like, you still have to fight her and Amazons who are natural born fighters, and her sisters are already strong enough. Like, unless Kobe's like somehow like on fucking supernova level already.
That's a fair point. They do have, you're right, all of Amazon Lily, like, that was one of the first places we saw them use armament Aki. They would like coat their arrows in it.
So like the only one you can say like it's like
Buggy, but again, remember Buggy has all of his strong. He's gathered up a bunch of people that are stronger than him based on pure hype from his name. So like a lot of the people that work under him are like epic level 5 impel down prisoners. You know what I mean? And a bunch of giants he had working for him. And I assume after the whole, like, you know, shit-talking Shanks at Marineford, he probably got some more followers.
So here's the thing. So 2 things I want to bring up. 1, Big News Morgan actually gave someone the fade.
Now, you want to talk about someone who's top tier. Big News Morgan.
This man, that shocked me. I was like, oh shit, Oda's gonna kill off Big News Morgan? No, bitch. Big News Norman it gives out the smoke. He gives out those fades. He's like,
Big News
you came
Morgan?
up on my ship? You came up on my ship and thought you were gonna kill me? Lay your motherfucking ass down.
Listen, can I just gush about Big News Morgans, all right? He's a surprisingly well-developed character because I went through so many phases with him. Like, at first he came off like an idiot in Whole Cake, and then that was like all a fucking ruse. Then in this chapter, for a second I'm thinking, wow, he actually has some journalistic integrity, because it's like, oh, there's a check from the world government to not run this story, and he's like, I'm not letting this story not run, are you kidding? And I was like, wow, he actually has integrity as a journalist. And then he's like, only I choose what gets suppressed, I'll do what I want. So it's not even that he's a fucking like good journalist, it's that he's just all about himself, which is also, it's just, there's layers to his character. Like, he takes his journalism seriously, but he doesn't have like a principle of like nothing gets censored either. He just doesn't want to be told what to do by the government, to the point where he would like, he's not like money hungry. He's not like a Mr. Krabs type character. He's not just going to be like, ooh, money, sure. Like, he values the story. He values the quality of his newspaper over all else, I think. You know, like, I think that there have been times in the past, because remember when he talked to Stussy and Whole Cake? There are times where he does play along and say, okay, I won't play that story. But certain stories he's like, nope, I can't, and I like that. So that is one little thing about his character that's really interesting, multifaceted, and detailed. The other thing is, like you said, he's actually good at fighting. Like, now I don't know what level of Cypher Pole this guy was, because there's Cypher Poles 1 through 9, or 0 through 9 technically. So I don't know if he was like, you know, just like one of the random Cypher Poles, like Cypher Pole 3 or something. Because it's, from how I remember it being described, Cypher Pole, it's only Cypher Pole 9 and 0 that are like top tier, and the rest are just kind of like, is how I remember it being described. But I don't know. Like, at the very least, it's a Cypher Pole member. You gotta assume he's up there, right? At least not like scrub level. So yeah, that surprised me. Just like you said, I really expected him to just be like, done. And then the third thing that I love about this entire place is that... What's up?
Keep talking to someone knocking on my door.
Okay. The third thing I love about this entire situation is that he has this like base of operations that I love. And if any of you guys watch Tekking's reviews, Tekking always goes on and on. At least it's a thing that he's mentioned many times, is that there probably isn't flying machines in One Piece, because if there were, that would change the game. You could fly over the red line, you could drop like bombs from the sky, and that would change the entire military game of One Piece, which is why one of his theories for a while was that one of the ancient weapons, well, we already know one of them is well, hold on. There's a theory that Eneru might have something to do with it, because he could like fly down or whatever, but like a lot of people were thinking, oh, there's not a lot of flying machines in the One Piece verse, because that would like change the entire military game. And casually, fucking Big News Morgans has a thing that just flies around, and I love that, because it reminds me of if you've ever seen the Castlevania Netflix series. Thurman, are you back yet, or are you still talking to your family?
No, it's not my family. A little kid was looking for my little cousin. That's why I knocked on my door.
Are you good now? So have you watched the Castlevania Netflix series?
Yes, I have.
You know how his fucking castle just like teleports around?
Yeah.
Like, it reminds me of that, and I love that dynamic that like, and because it's implied that this has happened multiple times, right? It's a perfect vehicle for a journalist, especially a journalist in a world government scenario where the government is very like authoritarian, and they will kill your ass if you put out a story that threatens them, right? So the way that it's kind of shown is that this has happened a lot, where it's like they'll find his location and he'll be like, time to move again, boys, and every time this happens, he just moves somewhere random so they don't know where he is. I love that.
That's actually really, it's so interesting, bro. Like, Big News Morgan, man, so much respect for this character.
Me too. No, let's remember too, it's because of Big News Morgans, which some of the fandom has started calling them fake news Morgans. I don't know if you remember that. Well, he was fake News Morgans because he was like, remember, like, Big News Morgans' best move was when he fucking, like, laid the hype on Luffy, like, hardcore. Some would say he gassed Luffy, and what I mean by that is, in Whole Cake, he basically gave all the props to Luffy. He was like, Luffy led the charge, Luffy came up with the plan.
The fifth Yonko. Luffy.
Yeah, so I mean that's all because of him. So honestly, I did not expect Big News Morgans to be as important as he is, but he is, and that's awesome.
I mean, because here's the thing, right? He's the main reason why he's an important character, because and what this kind of shows us is just like he's not biased when it comes to pirates or world government. He will put out news that he feels like the world. No,
you know what he is? He is the Killer Keemstar of the One Piece verse, because he's not like I'm the honor of journalism. He's just like, whatever story I find interesting and I think will fucking get clicks or sell papers, I'm gonna put it in there.
So it's interesting. So the second thing I want to talk about is this massive cliffhanger One Piece is doing, right? Well, Oda's doing, right? So he's like, all right, first what happened to Vivi, and then let's
Vivi and Sabo.
So
Vivi and Sabo.
So ship confirmed already.
I'm sorry. What? You just made me spill my water on my bed. I was so disgusted with you. I'm sorry.
Sorry, you already know what's gonna happen. It's gonna be like, oh, Sabo and Vivi are missing. Ship.
Bro, do you realize how perfect Koala and Sabo are? It's like one of the few ships in One Piece I'm down with. I'm
making fun of them, bitch.
Good, because that would disgust me. Like, literally, like, Oda doesn't do a lot of shipping. But I'm fucking talking, Thurman. That's what I thought. Know your place, bitch.
Oda. Excuse me, the motherfucker.
Know your place, you suck.
What? Shall I? Oh my. Okay.
Shall you pull the race card? Is that what you're saying?
You realize that I'm coming out there in November, right? Like you're not safe. I will remember.
By the way, there will be many videos of us in the same room doing things, gay or not. There will be things, and we will be doing them.
Our sex tape.
No one wants to see that.
Yo, for 3,000 subscribers, we're gonna post our sex tape.
We already have. I thought you were like setting a future goal. I was like, we're late on it then. We're already at 3,042. You realize this?
Oh yeah, that was 45 last time I looked.
I don't know, 40 something. But no. So first of all, I just do want to say, right, like, because something happened to Sabo and Vivi. And already, like I said, Oda does not delve into shipping that often. By his own admission, he's really not into doing, like, romantic shit. But one of the few, like, you cannot deny and say that, like, Sabo and Koala act like an old married couple already. Like, that is one of the few ships that I straight up believe. Like, it's just perfect. Like, they both had similar childhoods, being completely fucked over by the government, and they're kind of united by their similar interests in the in the Revolutionary Army. As nerdy as this will sound, as someone who likes to be politically active, if I met a fucking, like, attractive woman in, like, a Bernie Sanders rally and we got to know each other, that's kind of how I would feel, you know? Like, I feel like they have a similar, like, except for them it's a bit more life and death, obviously, because I'm just doing political activism. They're kind of, like, literally starting a revolution, but love can blossom on the battlefield, as Solid Snake would say.
Yeah, so my thing is what possibly happened to Sabo? Like,
so he's not dead, because that'd be dumb. I don't think off-screen deaths is Oda's forte. I don't think he would do that. But at the same time, hold on, he also can't just be captured, because that would be way too similar to Ace. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can't just retread the Ace situation. Like literally, if it's like, oh my god, Sabo's captured, and now we're going into a big war that's going to be bigger and better than Marineford. So, okay, we got a war. Check. Instead of one Yonko, it's two Yonko now. Check. Instead of Ace, it's Sabo in danger now. Check. That'd be a little too similar to me.
I mean,
bad.
You can't be Luffy's brother and stay alive. I think that's established.
Bruh, if Sabo dies too, like right after, like, do you realize how much of a dick tease that would be? Oh my god, he's dead. Oh my god, he's alive. Just kidding, he's dead.
So from what I've gathered, everyone has different things. So right, there's a lot of sadness for it. So I think So from what I'm gathering here, I think the different surprises are different. I think a few people are surprised that he's still alive. Others are surprised.
Well,
Some
yeah.
are
So the
surprised.
mountain band. Remember, friend, that only like it's not public knowledge that Sabo's alive. Only now that he's been doing more things publicly as the Revolutionary Army's or second in command has that be so like Makino, for example, like you know the woman that was crying, that's Makino from Luffy's original flashback. Do you remember?
Mm-hmm.
So she wouldn't have even known Sabo was alive from the first time that she thought he was dead. Keep that in mind, right? So her and the mountain bandits that raised them, neither of them would have known that Sabo was alive when we found out Sabo was alive in Dressrosa. They're just now finding out Sabo's alive. And at the same time that they're finding out Sabo's alive, they're finding out whatever this bad thing is. So from their perspective, keep in mind, from their perspective, they thought Sabo was dead and died as a child until 5 minutes ago. And then they saw this paper thing, and they're like, oh, fuck, he's alive. Oh, fuck, he's blank. Whatever this horrible thing is. What a roller coaster of emotions for these people.
So, because one of them was like, "Oh shit, Sabo's alive." He's like, "Oh no, my brother's still here," you know. And then Koina's like Koala, whatever the fuck her name is.
It's Koala, and yeah, remember that one's the saddest because again, I think she genuinely has feelings for him.
I mean, well, we won't know until they confirm that. But, how
does one confirm that? Just like.
Well, because
you think Oda will though? I don't get the vibe that he's
here's why I say that, because there's a lot of like fucking people like, oh my god, you can't just assume they like each other just because they admire each other. Oh my god,
listen, man,
there's
very
automatic
clear differences
just because they show white.
They treat each other like a married couple. I'm sorry, like that is. I'm not a big shipper in One Piece, but like they're a fucking couple. Like everyone thinks it. Like that's.
So it's just funny because a lot of people was just like, oh, stop shipping everyone. A guy and girl can be friends.
Well, I mean,
like,
your ships are dumb, though, Thurman.
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a damn. Who cares? Shipping isn't. Your ships aren't supposed to be liked. You're supposed to be liked for you. Who cares?
but then we also shit on people who ship Bakugo and Uraraka.
Well, yeah,
because it's dumb, right?
Because we're exactly ships can be dumb.
Like yours.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I will shit on Bakugo Uraraka forever, but if you truly and genuinely like that ship, power to you. You have every right to like that ship. You have every right to like any ship.
I make actual judgments on people, right? So if you ship Bakugo Uraraka, you're probably toxic.
Ignoring Reg's cringy, egotistical.
Egotistical.
No,
you can't even fucking pronounce the word you're trying to use to fucking smear me.
I'm better than you because
no,
I
listen,
say
so. That's one of those. Listen, man, the ideology of someone who ships Bakugo and Uraraka is the kind of person that reads fucking 50 Shades of Grey and thinks that's a fucking healthy relationship. Like, oh my god, I want a man to tie me down and beat me with a belt.
Anyway, like I was saying, Red's ego aside, you can like any ship that you want, and I won't judge you. I have this just like you have every right to like the ship. I have every right to dislike it. And
I'll
shit on
judge
it.
you jokingly. I don't actually. I'm just trying to be edgy.
He's serious. He's not joking. He's serious.
I found that being bluntly honest is it's good for content.
No, being bluntly honest is how you get cancel cultured on.
Yeah, but here's the thing. You got to pull an iDubbbz. If you just don't care enough, you can avoid cancel culture. It's kind of beautiful. Like, that's truly, like if you just don't care from the start, like look at, okay, I don't like using this example, but like Donald Trump, I hate him with every fiber of my being, but that man is so dumb and so oblivious and so just I don't give a fuck. He's able to somehow avoid cancel culture, and he became the most powerful man in the world.
Yeah,
all you have to do is just be so shitty consistently that no one's surprised by your shittiness.
Well, I use the more positive light in Dave Chappelle, but
yes.
So anyway, back to One Piece. So,
what do you think happened to Vivi though? So what about Vivi? Because remember the last time we saw, so Im-sama, he had all the, or he, she, it, they, whatever the fuck that thing is, had a bunch of pictures of all the people that he thought were threatening, right? Because it was like Luffy, Blackbeard, Vivi. Now remember, Vivi, obviously they're part of the Nefertari clan, and they were the clan that back in the day they decided to not, go up to the heaven area, or, like the top or whatever, and become celestial dragons. They decided to stay down with the people because they were actually chill and cool. And now like the shitty celestial dragons have always kind of looked down on them as like betrayers because they have that like the godly bloodline, but they stayed with the commoners. You know what I mean? So I almost think that the world. Hush, my friend. You can wait till I'm done talking, can't you? You got me in a mood. I'm gonna fucking kick your ass.
Good. That's nice joke, sir.
You realize my job every day is to throw 60-pound boxes for 8 hours straight. I could actually kick your ass.
Sure. Whatever helps you tonight. Did we have an arm wrestling competition because we're both weak?
Oh, guess what's yeah, not anymore, buddy. I have muscle now. I'll kick your ass. All right. November. Wait for a video where we actually fight. We just fight.
Imagine lifting boxes all your life. All they get kicked in the dick.
Okay. Anyway, if you could stop derailing me for 7 seconds. Fucking Im-sama, I assume they look at Vivi like, oh, that bitch, she's the next heir of this. And Pluton. Pluton is implied to be somewhere in Alabasta. So I imagine they're going to do something to her either because of the, betraying or the Pluton. What's your thoughts?
So that's interesting. Because I'm going back right now to see all the photos that were stabbed and cut up.
Yeah.
In the chapter. So give me a moment here while I find this because I'm close.
It was like somewhere in like the 905 to 915 region, I think.
Okay, so I found it. Okay, so here's what we have, right? So Im-sama, he walks away, right? And there's a sword. We see Blackbeard and Luffy is cut up, but Shirahoshi is stabbed. And then the one photo that he takes is Vivi's.
Yeah, see, like, the vibe I got was, like, he was going... Because remember, what we saw was the Gorosei was like, who do we need to erase from this world or whatever? And he showed them Vivi, right? He was bringing the picture of like, Vivi, yeah.
The light that needs to be extinguished from history, have you decided to be yet? If you have, please tell us their names.
Man.
So, Vivi...
So here's what I'm assuming happened. Vivi... and probably Cobra, her dad, are probably... I don't know if he's going to go full-on death with it, but, like, something happened to them, but that was specifically because of the Gorosei and Im-sama. Whereas Sabo, I'm guessing that... Because what we saw from Blackbeard's conversation with Moria is that the Revolutionary Army was fighting the Admirals, remember?
Yeah.
So I assume that in the fight with the Admirals, something happened there, and Sabo got captured, injured heavily. I don't know I still don't think he'd kill him off screen, so I don't know, like, but I assume it's two separate. I don't think these things are connected. I think something happened to Vivi because of Im-sama and the Gorosei. Something happened to Sabo because of his mission. So my guess is that I seem to remember Sabo talking about like wanting to put like Kuma out of his misery, like because remember Kuma's just like a robot now, like being forced to. So like I'm gonna guess that Sabo, in the vein of his brother Ace, decided to be an idiot and like as they were escaping, like wait a minute, Kuma's over there, I gotta do something, right? And then he fucking turned back like Ace did and got some sort of either horrible injury or got captured, is my guess.
Yeah, I can dig it.
Here's the question. How does this play into Wano? Because obviously Oda is setting Wano up, as he's said multiple times, to be the most epic, amazing, holy shit arc in the world. So does this tie into the war happening now?
Well, here's the thing, right? So we know...
Good way to tie into X-Drake?
X-Drake.
X-Drake, ooh!
He's a part of the Marines, a sword captain, and Kobe is a sword member.
Now, here's the thing, right? So sword, that must be like a subgroup within the Marines that like do secret covert shit, I'm guessing?
Probably, because keep in mind that X Drake has balls. He literally wanted to be a part of. Yeah, this man X Drake has balls, bro. So it adds to the suspicion that 3 out of 4 of the supernovas that were working for Kaido actually don't work for Kaido.
Yeah, I think the only one that's like straight up like on that Kaido dick is fucking Scratch Poo.
Wait, no, I'm lying. 3 out of 2. Only
3 out of 2? Might want to rephrase that.
2 out of 3. There we go.
Dumb motherfucker.
2 out of 3 are actually don't want to work with Kaido. Just work for Kaido because they don't want to die.
Yeah, because like the new generation, the reason they're called the worst generation. Remember, they called them the worst generation. They're like specifically, distinctly prideful. Like most of them are like, I don't want to work under someone. I want to be the king myself or a Yonko myself. So I'm, and Scratchman Apu, again, out of all of them, Scratchman Apu from the very beginning seemed like the biggest dick rider of all time. I mean, the only thing we saw him do in Saboti was hit and run an admiral just because.
So, the supernovas, which, by the way, some of the best characters ever in One Piece. Mm-hmm. No argument there.
Now, don't forget, X-Drake was a former Marine, though. So, like, this is interesting. Either he's been flip-flopping, or he was always a Marine and never wasn't a Marine. Because remember, like, when Kizaru talked to X-Drake at Saboti, he referred to him as a traitor Marine. Someone who was a Marine and then wasn't. And, like, left the Marines. So, either two options. Either A, he was always a Marine, and that was just kind of like a cover that they did in public. Like, oh, pretend I'm not a Marine so I can get close to these pirates, right? Or B, he genuinely did leave the Marines, and then over the time skip came back to the Marines. Those are the two options here.
I think he's probably put a Kodo-san, honestly.
Right, he's just always been a Marine.
Yeah.
I like that idea, yeah.
Because, and this is interesting, right? Because my thought was like, okay, how are they going to get info from Wano? Because Wano is a very closed-off country, right? So how's they going to get the info?
Well, yeah.
This is why Oda is fucking good at writing.
Take notes. He has an answer for everything. Like, you could literally go up to Oda and be like, what's the money in One Piece world look like? And then he'll fucking sketch it out. And by the way, that is a thing in volume like 42 or 43. Literally, he sketched out like, oh yeah, here's what the dollar bills in One Piece look like. Like, he knows everything about his world. That world exists in his head. He's not just bullshitting week to week. This is a fully thriving world. You could open up a fucking portal to the One Piece world through his brain.
Take notes, Promise Neverland author. This is how you read the story.
Any other author.
So this is interesting, right? Because if X Drake is giving information to the Marines,
that means the Marines are gonna know about that goddamn alliance, brother.
Bro, then that means that
Marines are coming in. They're coming in, and that's the shit that got me hyped, right? Where he basically says like,
my turn. Nope, my turn now.
Oh, okay, I sorry.
So what interests me now is just like, so Kobe, he's on his way to fight the
Boa Hancock.
Here's the thing now, right? So now that Kobe knows his information, he can't keep that information hidden because that information is extremely dangerous. Now that he knows that Oda is Kaido.
Yes.
That Kaido.
Oda Kaido confirmed.
Or alliance. That's fucking detrimental to the world government as a whole, because those two pirate crews alone could possibly like fucking do more damage than Whitebridge.
They could fucking end the world. I want to really clarify here. There's two things that are happening at once that are going to massively shift the power. Because remember, the government, the warlords, and the four emperors were always considered the three powers of the One Piece world that kept balance, right? It's kind of like, do you remember learning about the Cold War?
Yep.
So with the Cold War, the idea was like there were two massive superpowers, us and like, Soviet. I think it was the
Russia.
Soviet Union, like Russia and yada yada, and like we both had a bunch of fucking nukes, and it was like we got to keep our nuke levels the same so that no one nukes the other person. You see what I mean? So basically, in One Piece, it worked like you got Marines, you got the warlords, and you got the emperors, and those are the three Oh boy. So okay, so sorry about that. Thurman got a call. So yeah, I was talking about the balance of powers, right? So, like the Cold War, it was like no one can attack each other because they're equally balanced in power, and we have a similar situation in the One Piece world where it was like the Yonko, the Warlords, and the Marines, right? And we have two things happening at once here. One of these things happening would be detrimental, and now they're both happening at once. The abolishment of the Warlord system, as well as an alliance of two of the Yonko. You got to understand that is going to massively shift the balance of power over to the pirate side. You realize that, right? That weakens the Marines and strengthens the pirates greatly.
And it's funny, too, because I bet you the Marines were probably like, yeah, we abolished it, because everyone's like, yeah, the pirates are getting what's coming to them.
I mean, in general, that's a fucked up idea. That'd be like if and by the way, this does happen sometimes because our government's fucked up. Most governments are. But like, that'd be like if out in public, our government was like, we are going to work with rapists to help catch other rapists. You know, it's kind of weird.
It's true, but everyone's just like, yeah, the pirates are going to get what's coming to them. She got abolished a long time ago.
Most citizens are like, this was fucked up. This should have never been a thing.
Yeah. But you do realize that because of that now, multiple Marines are going to die, and now, you know, nothing's really going to change. Because here's the thing, right? Unless you have, like, fucking admirals, like, let's be honest, like, no, like, mid-tier fucking Marine is going to be able to take on a fucking not Supernova, Shukai, or
Shishibukai. I just call them a warlord, man. Use the fucking dub term. We're shitty Americans, all right?
The warlords, like, come on, well, like, you really think
scrub Marines are for taking down motherfuckers like like OG, like early One Piece motherfuckers, you know, like the rando pirates, because there's plenty of rando scrub pirates. That's what the scrub Marines are for. Scrub Marines fight scrub pirates.
Like, I'm assuming that Kobe's strong now because
Kobe's a rear admiral now. Like he's I think he's like one or two positions below a vice admiral.
Yeah, so like he's probably stronger to take on Boa, but it's just like,
do you remember what he did? He like torpedoed himself through the water and like took down a fucking submarine.
Yeah, and so like I'm gonna be honest, like who right now is gonna take on like Mihawk or fucking Whitebeard Jr. or some shit like that. Like,
okay, Whitebeard. So with Whitebeard Jr., they got like a bunch of motherfuckers circling him with shields, and they all look like scrubs, right? So unless like a strong motherfucker walks out, not a good idea. See, this is what I like. Again, with Mihawk, they really, and I know admirals are in short supply, but like, why even send people? And like at that point, you wait until an admiral's free, and then you go after Mihawk. But anyway, I think we talked about that earlier. It's just dumb. Now, Koei and Boa's interaction, I hope we see it, because it'll probably be off screen, like many things are. But because that's interesting, right? Because like Kobe, we know he's not like a lustless guy. Like he was actually he had a little bit of a moment when he was with Rebecca. Although I don't know if that was lust or more as just like cute little like teenage boy, like, oh my god, a girl's talking to me type thing, which was adorable, by the way. But I have a feeling he would be affected by the stone thing that Boa can do. But he's a nice mature man though, so I don't know. But I assume what's going to happen, I don't know if we'll see it or not, but when Kobe and Boa talk, they're probably going to end up on the whole we both know Luffy thing, right? I mean, Kobe is literally like the first motherfucker Luffy met. Like, let's remember that. Go to fucking page 1, volume 1 of One Piece. Luffy bursts out of that barrel and it's Kobe. Like Kobe isn't the OG, right? So Kobe, I think, could probably get some massive street cred from Boa Hancock. All he has to do is prove that he knows Luffy, and he knows him quite well. And Boa's gonna be like, "Oh, of course! Any friend of Luffy's a friend of mine," you know?
Yeah. So it's interesting. So one thing I want to go to a little bit is the actual like Reverie like abolishment. It's crazy, like, because.
I love that they got both, like, the King of Dressrosa and the King of Alabasta, and they told the stories of Crocodile and Doflamingo. Yeah, I love that.
Like, it's so funny. And what makes it funny even more, like, Buggy's right. Like,
Buggy's
the
so
reason
yes. I'm so
why
glad you
the
brought up.
system
Buggy's like, man, I've been following
Like-
your fucking rules. It's not my fault. Crocodile Doflamingo went off the hinges.
like 2 former Yonkos that got fucked up by Luffy. Like, keep in mind that's just like why do we have to suffer because 2 former Yonko did some fucked up shit? Like, it's funny because it's just like, okay, you have King Alabasta, King of Thing, and it's crazy because it's just like the people, like, because when we first heard about the abolishment of the warlords, the person who wanted it the most was
The Blind Admiral. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Fujitora. Fujitora wanted that shit the most.
Well, I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, in Reverie, he went up to the kings and he worked with them to get them up there to speak.
Did he?
I'm pretty sure he did.
Probably, I don't know. But that's crazy. So it's Sparky.
He was involved. I remember him talking. Like, he was talking about that with Green Bull at Reverie.
So it's crazy that like he actually got the majority to fucking vote with that. Like, that's crazy.
That's something. That's where the fiction really comes in, because it's so in real life that shit would never get voted. Like, it's something that's been instituted that long. They'd be like, no, it's too radical to change that.
Fictional politics.
Straight up, fictional politics. Shit happens way quicker.
Oh man, that is funny. That is funny.
It took, 300 years for, like, the world to be like, maybe black people do deserve human rights.
Yo, that is funny.
Throwing shade at the human race real quick.
That is comment. That is joke of the week for the video. I'm making that a thing now. We will have a joke of the week for certain videos.
Yeah. You just declare it.
Declaring it right now. Joke. That is the joke of the week for Control Chaos. Woohoo!
All right.
That will be in the new channel trailer. Be looking for that.
Give me some timestamps so I can edit it together,
bro. Honestly, we're just gonna do that shit when I go out there. All this shit we're gonna. Bro,
no, but you remember last time you came out here, you had a whole list of shit to do, and we did like 3% of it.
Well, because you had work, and we literally just play Smash like all day.
That's true. I'll try to fucking take some more days off of work. Oh my god!
Like we had Smash.
By the way, played Smash all day is just code for fucking all day.
Yeah.
I hope that you realize
right?
every time we make that joke. You realize every time we make that joke, there are people that are new to this channel that actually probably think we're gay, right? We're kidding, but I mean,
yeah.
In mind and spirit, we're gay. In physiology,
in another timeline, in like 2 timelines, he's a female, and I'm male, and we're fucking. In another timeline, I'm a female, he's male, and we're fucking.
And
Either way,
that's the timeline I want to go to.
Either way, we're fucking.
Either way.
No matter what timeline we're in, we're fucking.
Except for this one, unfortunately, because we're both too straight.
We're both like our penises. We're too much of we have too much fragile masculinity to change genders.
But no, it's not fragile. It's just I don't like dick. We've been over this. I think is that everything? Did we talk about everything in this chapter?
I think so.
Oh wow. Well, anyway, predictions. Oh no, wait, Blackbeard.
Oh yeah. So, bro, what is this man doing right now? Like,
everything in this chapter is so like obscure. It's like vague on purpose. He's like, oh, Marines are moving a thing. Let's get it before they get it. They're like, what the fuck are you talking about? Okay, I'm gonna read it.
Bro, it's crazy.
He says, "Oi, boys, off to sea. If they're going to be picked up by the Marines, I'll just grab them first." What? What is he talking about?
There, you forgot this famous laugh. There, ha ha ha.
Absolutely. Team Blackbeard, 24/7, 365. Zay ha ha ha. King of Lightning. King of Lightning loves him some Blackbeard.
Bro, that's crazy. Even Dragon's worried, bro. This is the first time we actually seen Dragon worried.
Again, like, what happened to Sabo? Like, I feel like it can't just be that he got captured. It's too simple. Like, if it's like, oh my god, the reveal is Sabo got captured, we'd all be like, oh, okay.
Wait a minute. He says, wait a minute. What in the world is going on, Bruto? There's no way. It's a joke. This is the win, right? Blast that stuffed up chicken of a president. I think he's talking about Big News Morgan, right?
Yes.
Okay. So shit. Even fucking what's his name? Ivanko is like pissed at Big News Morgan for releasing that type of information regarding Sabo.
I imagine the information that released probably made Sabo look shitty, or made the whole Revolutionary Army look shitty, or the way it was spun, because he has a history of spinning stuff in a way that's like wrong and inaccurate. You know what I mean? So it could have been like, Revolutionary Army fails totally, or something. You know what I mean?
So,
because remember what we saw with Big News Morgan's, he was like, casualties, start with and that makes me nervous, because he did say casualties, that's what sells, and then now we're hearing about Vivi and Sabo. Like, would Oda be that much of a mad lad?
So this is a way out there theory that makes no sense whatsoever, but I'm going to say it anyway. Plot twist: Sabo was actually a part of the government, and he killed Vivi.
Ew.
This time.
You want the whole evil brother situation?
No, not even that. I just thought about
Sabo's
it.
Itachi now. Sabo's fucking. Oh yeah. Ugh. By the way, I just caught up with the Fire Force anime. Is that what they're doing in that too? Because he was like, your brother he was experimented on by this guy, and now he's working on this thing.
No. I won't spoil, but no.
Okay.
No.
He's not just an Itachi clone.
He's being manipulated. That's all it is.
Okay. Anyway, but I don't know, man. That's dumb, and you should feel ashamed of yourself for saying it.
Never. I would never feel dumb for saying dumb theory. That's actually really funny, but it's just like, we all know if that was the case, Oda would do it well. So don't even complain.
It's true. Have faith in Yoda. We all know that we must have faith in Yoda.
You always complain, and then you're just like...
Excuse me, I don't complain that much. It's King of Lightning, and I will call him out for the 600th time. By the way, Steel Ram demands it. I think it was Steel Ram. We have to do that calling anime YouTubers out video.
I have to find YouTubers I want to call out, jokingly.
Listen, okay, Chibi Reviews. Fuck it, we're doing it now. Doing it live.
No! That has to be a full video.
Chibi Reviews, that one time. Okay, are you sure?
Yes! What? Excuse him. He's tired. He has to work in probably like 7 hours or 6 hours.
It's 7 hours exactly, which is why. You know what? I'll talk to you about this afterwards, you little bitch. You and your busy all weekend bullshit. I'll fucking kill you.
Hey, at least I told you. Okay, and you were like, "Oh, you want to film the chapters when we get home?" So,
schedules and such. It's not my fault I work at 4:30 in the morning.
Okay, it's not my fault that I, work 9 to 5. We both have to work to live, bitch.
But you can help us by donating to our future Patreon that might exist sometime at some point. It still doesn't exist, by the way, because I have a principled stance against asking for money for doing nothing except bullshitting into a microphone. One day, maybe if I feel like our stuff is up to standard, maybe I'll open one. We'll see.
Oh, we'll deserve money when we get our Twitch up in order and we just play games.
No, ew.
Play games.
Did you
realize that when I come up there, we're Twitching playing Smash Ultimate Tournament right now.
If people are down.
Twitch. Like, we have to at least one day when we get back from the con, we have to Twitch one day of us just playing like a certain game. Like, just a chill out podcast level Twitch. We'll answer questions, and
Yeah, I'm down with that.
If David wants to come, he can. But,
Yeah, let us know in the comments if you're down for that. But let's get back on topic and finish off this video if you have nothing else to say about One Piece.
Basically over. So, it's interesting. I want to know what happened to Sabo, what happened to Vivi. Ignore my theory is just a voy out there theory. I don't really have a true theory. The only theories I can say is that Sabo either got killed or something concerned with Sabo, or then Vivi. Because here's the thing. What's crazy is that what Oda does, Goda over here, is like he mentions Vivi once, and then the entirety of the time he talks about Sabo. So that's interesting, right? Because like, here's the thing. Because Garp says, okay, what happened to Vivi, And because what catches my eye is just like it wasn't the entirety of the kingdom; it was just Vivi herself. So that could be like a headcanon for oh no, it was the entire kingdom. But maybe who knows? Maybe it was actually just legitimately Vivi. Maybe Aim Sama was like Vivi herself is an issue because she
has that spirit of like being with her people, being very against the establishment. You know, she's a troublemaker. She's someone who in the future could be. I mean, her whole thing is rallying the people. You know what I mean?
So, because I mean, technically speaking, a lot of people theorize that she could become a Straw Hat Pirate again. I don't know.
Dumb. I would have loved it, but it's way too late in the story. At the here's what'll probably happen. At some point, be it in I doubt Wano, but maybe in the final war. Because remember, Oda's already said there's going to be like a final war over the One Piece itself. That I feel like she'll come back and everyone else in the Grand Fleet. There's going to be a moment in One Piece where literally everyone that the Straw Hats ever made friends with comes back to help them. Like, I can see it now. Like, your whole journey coming back to you, right? Like, everyone that just like, boom, 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 you know? And she'll be one of those. But she's not going to become a full-fledged member.
Yeah, because back when this is a long time ago, but back when people were like, why everyone keeps asking for new Straw Hat members? No, Oda said that he's only going to have 8 members, and you have your 8. Vivi's still part of the crew. She's never left. She's left because she has something to do with her thing.
Luffy said 10 guys in the very beginning. People always fucking attach onto that. They're like, I need like 10 guys. Yeah, like 10 guys. That was an actual line.
Yeah, so people are like, yo, well, Vivi's at 10 now. So Brooke would let me see. Sanji.
No, we're not counting. Listen, man. Right now, we're at exactly 10 if you include Luffy. That's why people don't know, did Luffy include himself or not? If not, then Jinbei would be exactly 10. But some people want Carrot to join, including me. Yeah.
You want Jinbei to die, so you're fodder.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, if Jinbei was going to die, he should have just died at the fucking, like, the Big Mom situation. You know what I mean? Like, here's the thing. This is why Sabo's not fucking dead, because it'd be a waste of it. Like, if Oda wanted to shock us, it should have been like, open the newspaper. Yo, Sabo's fucking dead. Whoa, what? Like, you know, but he did this whole rigmarole. Oh, something happened to Sabo. And then it'd be dumb if, like, 3 chapters from now, yeah, he's dead. You know what I mean? You take the whole... That's like if I was hiding behind a corner trying to scare you, and I was like, yo, dude, I'm hiding behind this corner, and I'm going to try to scare you real quick, and then you walk over and I say boo. Like, it fucking ruins it. Like, you got to just fucking rip that Band-Aid off if he's dead. He's not dead.
But you think Jinbei's dead. So it's funny.
No, I don't think Jinbei's dead. It's too late. If Jinbei was going to die, it would have been right there at the very end when he stayed behind. No, Jinbei's probably going to come back. The big theory I keep hearing is he's going to be like different somehow. Like he's going to have an eye patch, or he's going to be missing an arm, or he's going to be a homie or something.
A homie?
Yeah, he's going to come back from Hulk Island with like a backwards baseball cap and a bunch of chains and like gold tooth. Get it? He's a homie.
That's really funny.
Is that racist?
He's a homie. So
is that racist?
No, not at all.
Okay.
No, fuck all the sensitive ass, hope tep ass, SJW black niggas who think that's racist. Fuck you. Leave my best friend alone. Suck my dick.
Do you ever watch the Boondocks?
Yep.
You know the homies over hosts.
Homies over hosts.
Do the homie.
Okay, so
can we end this video so I can sleep?
I think that's it. Yeah, so we'll probably film Dr. Stone Sunday because that's
it's been out later, and this can work. So One Piece can come out tomorrow, Chainsaw Man can come out the next day, Dr. Stone Sunday. It works. And I have JoJo still to put out with Andrew. So
and this chapter was a 9.5.
Nah, fuck off. This is a 10 out of 10. What the fuck are you talking about?
Fine, 10.
If this isn't a 10, no. Eat my whole white cock, okay?
Look at him. Now he's getting involved with my so-called dumb ranking that I do.
Yeah, listen, man. King of Lightning, who never gives 10s. I just saw on his Twitter he gave this chapter a 10. So if you give it a 9.5, you're IGNing over here.
Too much
water, bro.
Too much Sabo talk over here.
I would have given it a 10, but just they kept mentioning Sabo.
Like, chapter would have been so much better if Sabo wasn't mentioned all the time. We get it. Something happened to Sabo. Like, why do we care?
Like, welcome to IGN. Now I want to do like Burger King foot lettuce.
Like, go back to Wano. The still fighter. Look at the art.
Oda just jumps around too much, man.
I want to see Luffy punch something.
Yeah. We read One Piece for zany action, not deep politics. What is this?
It's funny.
Politics. By the way, if you can't tell, we're joking. That's the reason we're doing this voice.
Lots of NFL. I saw somebody say that One Piece is just a gag manga. It shouldn't be taken seriously.
Ew. Shows him the fucking scene where Nabi's stabbing his arm to death. Shows him the scene where Nami's fucking mom gets shot in the mouth in front of her fucking 8-year-old daughter. Shows him the fucking scene where Chopper's fucking father figure blows himself up in front of him. Shows him the fucking scene where Robin has to fucking watch her island burn as she's like an 8-year-old girl crying to herself while laughing to try to feel better. Shows her him the fucking scene where Brooke is fucking singing to himself and like fetal positioning as like his crew members are rotting around him. Eat my whole dick, whoever that was.
And with that,
I could go on. Peace.